Hi, good evening, everyone. Today's topic is regarding the basics of JavaScript, like the overview of the JavaScript, when it is evolved, and what are the uses of JavaScript, and what are the things which are to be covered, like prerequisites to learn this JavaScript. Let me know. Like, majorly, JavaScript is used to build the web pages. Web pages are nothing but the pages we generally use in the browser. Okay, and these are in the form of like it is a combination of both HTML. Sorry, it's caps lock. HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript. Without these three, no web page still now evolved. Okay. By using HTML, like hypertext markup language, it's called hypertext markup language, and JavaScript and CSS. With these three combinations, we build the web pages. And we have some different types of web pages. It's it's a different scenario. But majorly for the basic web pages, we need these three things to deliver. By using HTML tags and by using CSS tags and by using JavaScript functions on other things, we build the web pages. Majorly, as we are seeing, the web pages still now, 95% of web pages are done by using these scenarios like the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript combinations. And other we have something called Angular, JS, and React. They are some things of JavaScript. And 95 web pages are used like to build an format like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And majorly, this JavaScript was evolved in 1995. Sorry, 1995, and it was called the initial name of or the first name of JavaScript was like Mocha. It was the first name of JavaScript, and later it was named as JavaScript. And later sometimes it is named as JavaScript. And we know the Java and we know the JavaScript. Like we have the basics of JavaScript. These are different from each other. JavaScript is core and JavaScript is different. Okay, you can come to know that Java is different from JavaScript. Have should clear idea that Java is different and JavaScript is different. Both are in a different way. Like those are the programming languages, but it has some significance. Then generally, the JavaScript in ServiceNow we use majorly for building the front end pages along with the back end logics, like the scripting logics or the server side logics and everything. When come towards with Java versus JavaScript, I think Java is majorly known for building the core objects, and it's a compiled object oriented programming language. And when we come towards the JavaScript, it is an object based scripting language. We'll come to like we'll write like what is Java. Java is a compiled OOP language. OOP stands for like object oriented program. Object oriented programming. Okay, Java is a compiled object oriented programming language. When we come towards this JavaScript, like an interpreted object based scripting language. If they ask anything like can you differ between Java and JavaScript, these are the words to be presented while answering the difference between Java and JavaScript. Okay, generally we use Java in like into bytecode, and along with we majorly use for building the large scale and independent applications. When we come to this JavaScript, majorly we use for mobile app developments, server side developments, and creating interactive and dynamic web pages like in the client side. Okay, generally we use like usage. Java majorly used for large scale and independent applications or desktop applications. desktop applications, and along with some Android apps, we can use for Android apps also, etc. But JavaScript we majorly use for both server side and client side to build the web pages. Majorly we use for web pages. It may be dynamic or it may be interactive, or we can use for mobile apps, and along with client side and server side. Client and server side. Make you clear that client is nothing but the browser level, server is nothing but the database level. Okay, we'll discuss majorly with client and server in upcoming sessions. What is client and what is server? Let me know that client is a browser side, like the front end. For your clear format, I'll just mention as front end here, and in the server side it's called the backend. Just remember these points and we'll come back to this in the next session. We'll get back into more concepts. Then after these points, let me know what is first point to be covered, like the basics of JavaScript, like how to configure them, how to know them. I think everyone knows about this. Like we cover first thing called variable first, like what is a variable and how it is evolved and where we use this variable. Okay, variable is nothing but which holds different types of data in the program. Variable is nothing but, or which holds different types of data in a program. Generally, a program is nothing but, when we come towards what is program, program is nothing but combination of syntaxes, like combination of multiple expressions. Okay, let's make it as combination of syntaxes. Okay, let's see what is variable, how it is declared. Like as we know that variable consists of some it holds some data, like different types of data. It may be not a single type of data, it holds different types of data. Let's see first example how to declare a variable. Like I just mentioning as in a lowercase, in the JavaScript we use the lowercase and uppercase. Uppercase has some significance, lowercase also has some significance. And just mention var keyword, it's called a keyword where it is already stored in the database called var. Var is nothing but short form of variable. Okay, and just I am declaring a here. Okay, and equal to 10. Here I am declaring a variable called a and I am assigning a value called 10. And then I'll just give another example like var country equal to India. Here in the first line I assigned a numeric value or integer value, and here I'm assigning a characteric value like string value here. And then we have other things like var now. That's it. I'm not assigning any value here, I'm just declaring a variable here. Let me know clearly, like I'll just give you some glimpse, like go with the example. Here what is var?
Variable.
Variable. It's called a keyword. Then what is a?
A is a variable.
A is a variable
A
name.
is a variable.
And what is equal to?
Operator.
It's called operator. And what is 10?
Value.
Value.
Value. And what is semicolon?
Syntax close.
It's a separator of each line.
Like used to end an statement or end a statement. Okay. like you get some idea what we are using. Like var is a keyword, like it's a keyword which is already stored in the database with a specific task or specific job. And a is a variable name and it's called variable, and equal to is an operator, and 10 is a value, and semicolon is the which is the thing which is used to end a statement. And we'll come towards the next example, like var a equal to 10 is my first variable I'm declaring. Var b equal to some 13. Var c equal to a plus b semicolon. Then var is obviously, you know, like var is a keyword, c is also a keyword, equal to is an operator. What is a here?
Variable name.
It's called variable. Like what is plus here?
Arithmetic
It's called
operation.
operator. Fine, it may be different. What is b?
Variable name.
Variable name, and semicolon is used to end the statement.
End
Then what
statement.
is the value of a here?
10.
10,
B value.
13.
13,
What is c value?
23.
20.
23. Okay, you got some idea. Then what is this whole thing called as? Like it is a combination of two variables, and a plus b is called as, any idea? It's called expression. Okay, variable with including operator is called as an expression. A is a variable, b is a variable, with a combination of operator we created expression. It's called an expression. Got it? Then we'll come to the next part, like what are the values here, like after completing towards how to declare a variable. Like we just gone for the basic, just for the basic, like 1 to 2%. Okay, we'll come towards in the next session like how to declare other things. And next thing we have the values, like what are the different types of values there in JavaScript. Like values are nothing but it consists of different data types, like different data types. Like we know that this is a number and this is a string. We can also mention a single quotations also, it also considered as a string. Okay, and any other values do you notice?
True or false Boolean.
Very good. We have true or false, like those are called as data types. These are the values which consists of, for example, here we are using the different types of data types here, not the these are the values, not the data types. And we'll come towards true or false in the data types. These are called as the values. Any other things?
Array.
integers,
Yeah. For example, we have something called as integer, like plus or minus numbers, and we just mention as minus 13. Any other types of values you see? That's it. Do have empty values, like empty format. It is also a
Null values.
Yeah,
null
null.
values. These are called as the values. Okay, etc. We have different types of values, etc. here. Okay, and then we'll come to like what are different types of operators we have. Like as we see, please turn on your mic, hero. Okay, like we seen like an expression with a combination of both two variables and with an operator. This is called as an operator, and it is also called as an operator. Equal to is operator, and this plus is also called as operator. And we see like different types of operators in the JavaScript. The majorly, like first one will be the arithmetic. Operators are used to make an expression, as we come to earlier, like which comes towards an expression with the help of this operator. Combination of two variables and along with an operator, it's called as an expression. And operators are used to build an expression. Okay, now it is a definition. And we have different types of operators, like arithmetic operators. and in that we have something called as plus, minus, multiplication, division, along with some percentage. Okay, everyone knows about these things. I am not your max teacher to guide all these things. These are the basic things like plus, minus, division. And second part comes regarding with assignment operators. The major part we use like assignment operators. And here we have equal to majorly first equal to, as we seen in the first expression, like equal to used to assign the values. And we have plus equal to, and we have minus equal to, and we have plus plus, and we have minus minus. I'll give this example for this equal to, like var a equal to 13, where we are assigning a value to a by using this equal to operator. Okay, it's called assignment operator in the technical terms, and we are assigning this certain value towards a variable. It is a usage of this assignment operator. And then we have something called as plus equal to, it's called plus assignment operator. And here var a equal to 13 and var b equal to, or var b equal to some 11. Let's go with some syntaxes to print the thing, like how do you print this part, like c dot log. Just I'm just mentioning for an example, c dot log a plus equal to, then what will be the a value?
14.
A values will be 14 because it is adding a value. We are using plus equal to operator here. Plus equal to nothing but it adds a value. Here it is adding a value for the a variable, which is 13 already, and we are adding one value called 1, and it comes towards 14. And the same thing applies for minus equal to, it decreases a value where like b equal to 11, and where something called as c dot log. Just I'm going with the shortcut here, and b minus equal to, then what will be the b value? B value will be 10. Plus equal to increases like incremental format, minus equal to in the decremental format of one value. And we have the plus plus and minus minus. Any, it will be the same like regarding with this part, or any difference between them?
Increment and decrement.
Increment and decrement. And we discussed like here plus equal to refers for adding a value, and minus equal to refers for decreasing a value. Then what about this plus plus and minus minus? Here we have a major difference. I think everyone knows
13
about
to 14.
no, not like that. Here I am just using this operators after the variable name. And regarding this plus plus and minus minus, we need to use them before the variable name. I'll show you an example, like var a equal to 13, and like make it as console.log. Yeah, go for it. I'll just use plus plus a here. You can see the difference, major difference here. Like we are using after the variable, and here we are using before the variable. And here the answer will be 14. Got it? The difference between this plus equal to and plus plus. Clear? And the same thing applies for this also, where s equal to 11 console dot log bracket open minus minus, yes, it gives the 10 value. The major difference is regarding this incremental and decremental operators, like these are called as unary operators. You may call as this called as unary operators majorly. In the technical terms I'm talking about unary operators. Like in the assignment operator it is called assignment operator, and these are called as the unary operators. Unary, like incrementing decrementing before the variable name. Here we use after the variable. Clear? Any doubts? Okay.
No, sir.
Then we'll come to like comparison operators. What are the comparison operators available in JavaScript? Comparison. Okay. Like majorly, I'll just write in the right hand side. Like we have something called less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and we have equal to, sorry, double equal to, and we have triple equal to. Another we have majorly we use this comparison operators in JavaScript. Let's see. I think we know like this greater than or less than operators. Let's go with var a equal to 26, var c equal to 39, var s equal to, or just write an console.log for the printing, console.log a greater than c. Then what will be the result for this?
False.
False.
Oh, sorry, true.
True.
Okay, then it goes for like checking the logic, like checking the values here, like what is the a value and what is the c value, and comparing by using this less than symbol. It gives the boolean values like true or false. The same thing applies for the greater than, like it compares. If I mention as same thing here in the next line, like I'll just remove this part and give the greater than here, and it will gives what it gives. It gives false, the boolean value called false. Okay, then we have greater than or equal to, same thing, like the same purpose. Like if I mention here as greater than or equal to directly, then what will be the answer here? 26 less than or equal to 39,
True.
because it goes for less than along with equal to. If it is equal to also, it gives the true answer. If not, it will give the false. The same thing applies for this greater than or equal to, then it goes for false. Clear?
Yeah, Sharad.
Yeah. Then we'll come to like the major part in comparison operators called double equal to and triple equal to. Let's go with single operator also, just giving for the knowledge. Like it's an assignment operator, and here I'm just giving for an example. Like I just go for var a equal to some 13, and here single equal to assigns a value which I am giving in the left hand side towards this variable name. Like what is the value of a? It is 13. Let's give like console.log. Console.log is a statement which is used to print. Okay, like if I mention as a, then what should be the value of a here? Output
13.
13. Fine. Then var a equal to 13, var b equal to 11, console.log bracket open a double equal to b. Then what should be the value here?
False.
False.
False. Why?
13 is not equal to
Because
11.
yeah.
Double, we are just mentioning double equal to here.
Like 13, A and B values not same.
Not same. Then it goes for false. Thank you for the answer. And the same thing applies. I just go with triple equal to. Let's see what would be the answer. If I mention the same logic with a triple equal to b, then what should be the answer here? Like is it true or is it false?
operator for triple X equal to, I think so.
Just answer true or false.
It is wrong.
True, maybe.
False. Okay, I'll just give an example how it will be. Regarding this example, both answers should be false, and I go with an extra example here, like the other example, where a equal to 13, where b equal to 13, or I just go with for an example like 13 here. Then what is the value of a here? Like, what is the value of a?
Number.
Number.
What is the value of b?
String.
String.
If I mention as console.log here regarding this example, then what should be the result? If I compare a with b by using double equal to, then the answer will be true. I'll just giving the answer for you for your reference, like it gives true. In double equal to, it doesn't checks for the data types. It just goes for the values. In double equal to, it checks for only the value, how it looks. It doesn't goes for which data type it is. It is right now the number, like the numeric number, and it is a string. But both values look like same. But it is different and it is different. But double equal to doesn't goes for or doesn't checks for the data types, and it goes for true. If the same thing comes like a triple equal to b, then it will be false. It checks for the data types. It doesn't checks for the data types, and it checks for the data types. The major difference between double equal to and triple equal to is which is used for, like, first the basic equal to use for assignment of values, and double equal to compare without checking data type, and compare along with data type. Clear? Any doubt till now here after this?
Clear, sir.
Clear. Like, then we'll come to the next topic. Like, I think we covered the comparison operators all. Okay, double equal to triple equal to, fine. Then we'll come to the next thing called comments. How do you comment in JavaScript? We have two different types of comments. Comments are nothing but, like, just I'll give the glimpse, like, to explain the code in general language. Okay, what you are writing in the script, if you want to express them or if you want to explain them, then we use comments. In the comments of JavaScript, we have two types. Like, first one will be single line comment, and second will be multi-line comment. Let's see how the single line comment will be. If you want to mention anything in a single line, like in the comment will be, if you want to mention any comment in single line, then use double forward slash and just write as myself Sharat Chandra. Okay, if you want to mention anything in the multi lines or multiple lines, then we need to use forward slash asterisk, and in that we need to mention like multiple lines and asterisk forward slash. I'll just mention some anything like any text here. If you are just mentioning anything in the multiple lines, then we use this format. It's called multi-line comment. Okay, got it? What are the types of comments? Like we have two types of comments: single line comment, multi-line comment. For single comment, we use double forward slash. For multi-line comment, we use forward slash asterisk, and in the end we use asterisk forward slash. Okay, it's called star symbol or asterisk for multiplication we generally use. Clear?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Then we'll come to like what is an array. Like we have arrays in JavaScript also. Then what is an array and how do what are the uses of arrays here? Like arrays is for example, if you declare any variable, it takes only single value. Like it takes only the single component in the variable. Okay, but if you want to allow multiple values in a single object, then it is called as an array. Okay, let's see how to declare an array and what are the different types of arrays we can create. Arrays is nothing but it holds multiple values. For example, if I give some var a equal to 10, a holds only the 10 value. If I want to make something like if I change the value like var like a equal to some 20, then the a value will be modified only a single time. It doesn't hold any multiple values. It doesn't hold the 10 value here. If you modify in the next line, if you want to add multiple values for a single variable, then this array will help you. Like let's give me one hint. Like let's go for constant, just mention something as some countries, or just go for reverse equal to. I'm just giving the syntax how to define array. Okay, how to define array here. Open the square bracket here, and in the double quotation you need to mention the values there, like Ganga, Yamuna, Krishna. Just mention in the double quotations or single quotations, is up to you. Okay, and just go with ending with square bracket and semicolon. And reverse is a constant which holds these three values. Okay, or we can just mention in a simple way like const or a equal to, or variable a equal to, it may be anything, just double quotations 1 2 3 4 5, or you can just mention in the array different format like double quotations comma double quotations 2 3 and square bracket semicolon. Here we can declare array which consists of multiple values, or it holds multiple values. Okay, any doubt here?
No.
No, Sharat.
Then we'll come to the final part called data types. What are the data types available in, so like in the JavaScript? Data types, generally we have something called number data type, we have string, we have Boolean, we have undefined, we have null, and we have etc. Majorly we use these parts like the number, Boolean, string, and everything. Let's go for the number and give an example. Like we know var a equal to 10, and it's a number data type, like number value. And when come towards string, like var name equal to double quotations or single quotations, it's up to you. It's called string. String is nothing but combination of both numbers and values. Okay, you can give this thing, it's also considered as a string. And you come to know that it is in wrong validation. It's an okay format, like it's in allowed format. If I mention as the same thing in the reverse, like name equal to double quotations 13 Sharath, it is not considered as a string. Okay, the top one is also considered as string, but not the second one, because string should be started with like with the alphabetical order. It doesn't comes with a numeric number. The string notifies that it should start from an alphabet, not the number. Okay, Just I'm removing for your purpose. The next thing will be like Boolean. We have two values for the Boolean, like true and false. Depending upon what statement we are arising or what the result will give, then these Boolean data types will come into the picture. And when we have this undefined, like I'll just give for the example for Boolean also, where a equal to some 13, where b equal to some 11, console.log, bracket open, we have something called a double equal to b, or we can mention as a less than b. Then what should be the answer? It's called false. Then these Boolean values come to the picture. We have undefined data type here. Undefined is nothing but we don't know the data type what it will be. Like if it is a equal to 10, we know that a is a numeric data type. If I mention as var b, that's it. I don't want to assign any value here, and it is called as undefined variable or undefined data type variable. Because b can consider any value, like it may be string, it may be Boolean, it may be a new number, or it may be null, anything. It's called undefined. If you can't define the variable data type, it's called undefined. The name itself states that it is called it's undefined format. And if you want to enter the null value, like the empty value, it may consist any value. We don't know that it has something called null value or empty space or anything. It may consist of any value. We can assign later. But in the null format, let's see how to declare the null format. Var a equal to 10 and the value of a is 10 here. If I mention as var b equal to just double quotations, space double quotations or single quotations, then the b consists of empty value. Like it doesn't consist of any Boolean value or number value or string format or undefined format. It is a null, like it's called empty. But b is not empty here. It is undefined. It may be anything. It may consist of string or it may consist of number in the further lines of code. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll majorly use we already discussed in the previous sessions, like we majorly use the camel case in ServiceNow. Like in the APS we use camel case. Like I just write for your purpose camel case. Like camel case is nothing but we use in the major APIs. Like the name should be, I'll just give some glimpse here. Like if my name is this part and I just mentioning the first letter of my second word as a capital and first word of my word is lowercase. Like we can see like iPhone here, iPhone. It will be I should be in the lowercase and P in the uppercase. And majorly we see other things like any other things, eBay, any other camel case words. Like in ServiceNow we have number of camel case examples. Just I'll give some glimpse here, like on, load. Here O is smaller, like lowercase, and L is uppercase. Just mention as L as uppercase. And we have on, submit. You can see like O is in the lowercase and S is in the uppercase. It's called the camel case. It's called single camel case. But in the real time, we have multiple types of camel case, but we use this type of camel case in ServiceNow, Glide API methods, and other things. Okay. And let's see. I'll show you what is camel case. Camel case. You can see like these are the camel case. We have different types of naming conventions like Pascal case, camel case, snake case. We have kebab case and everything. You can see like the difference here. Like camel case, C is lower, like in the lower case, and next C first word will be in the capital. In the Pascal, first and the second word will be in the capital. In the snake case, underscore will be added. In the kebab case, you can see like like we have something called hyphen and no one is capital, like no one in the uppercase. We have flat case, doesn't consist of anything in the uppercase, and we have upper flat case and other things, but we need to mention like only the camel case. And we'll come to like what is camel case, and we have the examples here. it's called the camel case. The bump we see in the camel, it's called the camel case. The first letter should be small in the lower case, and the next letter, first word, should be in the uppercase. And majorly the methods in glide APIs, we use this camel case format in every time where we write these parts. Like you can see, like we have iPhone, we have eBay. You can see like YouTube is in which format? Y is capital and T is also
Haskell
capital.
case.
Yes.
We have username, we have birth date, we have Git repository. It is using the camel case, and we have get JSON. We have toString. We have str user. It is different. Like it is also format. Like it is in different format of the camel case. And we have int user age, and we have OneDrive. Both are capital. In the iPhone, majorly we see like in the regular scenarios, we see iPhone. I is smaller and P is capital. It's called the camel case. They follow for their company logo. Any doubts till now? Like anything to be discussed in JavaScript basics? Like the next operator will be the logical operator. Like we have something called as and, or, and we have not. Okay. Like in the logical operators, and stands for both statements should be true for this execution. Like both conditions should be true. Okay. And in the or, any one can be true, or any one conditions can be true. Okay. And what is not? To check the reverse condition, we use the not. We use not for checking the reverse condition. For example, if a not equal, like not, just mention as where a equal to some 10, console dot log not a, then what it delivers? No answer from your end?
Nothing.
False.
Why false?
It is true, sir. Sir.
It doesn't give anything because we are not trying to check the reverse condition here. Okay. And we have some other operators also. Let's see, the other operators will be like, do you see any double question mark and question mark dot? And these will be used in some rare conditions, like it's called nullish operator or nullish coalescing operator. It may called as a different thing. And we have optional chaining operator. It's called optional operator. Optional operator. And they have some other names in other languages, like double question mark comes in regarding a nullish coalescing operator, and question mark dot consists regarding optional chaining operator. Okay. Then in ServiceNow we have different types of scripts. Like I'll just write the major parts what we use in ServiceNow. Scripting in ServiceNow. Scripting in ServiceNow consists of, like, majorly we use JavaScript for the development activities. JavaScript for development activities or the enhancements. Okay. And here we have different types of things we discuss in the last, like what are the operators and what are the expressions and everything. And in ServiceNow, we have two different types of scriptings. Like first one will be client side scripting, and second one will be server side scripting. We have two types of scripting in ServiceNow, which includes client side scripting and server side scripting. And again, the client side scripting turns into two parts, like it divides into two parts. First one will be like client scripts, second one will be like UI policies. And when come towards this business rule, we have different, like we in the server script we have different types of scripts. Like business rule, we have business rules, we have something called script includes, we have something called background scripts or called as BG scripts. Majorly we use BG scripts for that. And we have something called as fixed scripts. Okay, these are the other examples regarding with the client side and server side scriptings. And again, we have some different types of APIs which works both on client side and server side. Just I'll write in the same path here for your easy visibility. Like in the client side, we use majorly glide form, and we have glide user and glide Ajax, or the majorly we use. We have other things also, but we majorly use glide form, glide user, and glide Ajax in the client side scripting. Okay, these are the APIs which are used in client side. Okay, and when we come towards the server side, we have something called as glide record, we have glide aggregate, and we have glide data time, other things, and we majorly call it glide system, glide system. And we have other APIs also which are used in server side along with client side. API is nothing but application program interface, application programming interface or program interface, which is used to do the operations regarding with the language what you are using. Okay,